Right. Yeah.
Do it later. Let's go.
Their Majesties would like to see Galvyn Lockhart.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Make way for His Honorable Lord Galvyn Lockhart, member of the Order of the Tigers Combat, member of the Order of Excellence, Conquering East Kingdom Heroic Champion, member of the Order of the White Hart, member of the Order of the Nameless Order. Yeah, just go with that.
Order of the Nameless Order.
Nice Usador said. Great is the joy when I see knights and armored horses ranged on the battlefield. And I am pleased by the Lord when he is first to attack. For no man is held to be worthy until he has taken and given many blows. For it is better to die than to live in defeat. Love wants a chivalrous lover, skilled at arms, generous in serving, who speaks well and gives greatly, who knows what he should do and say in or out of his hall as befits his power. Your Majesties, Galvyn Lockhart comes before you. Thank you.
Back at the Southern Region War Camp, I told you that I had a question that would expect an answer to. You served on the field of Pennsic as one of my heroic unbelted champions. You did us great honor with how you dispatched your foe. You will now have some members of the Order to speak of you, and then we will have the answer to your question.
Your Majesties, I am Mistress Elena Hylton, and I am greatly pleased to have that honor. May I address the populace? It is an incredible honor to be able to speak today, because not only have I known Galvyn since before I was a Laurel, I have known Galvyn since before I was Elena, when I was just a LARPer who heard Pennsic was a cool place to come party and hang out. And when people first told me about knights and these incredible fighters who wielded these huge weapons, I thought, like Galvyn. But, they told me, it was not enough just to be good at fighting. Knights needed virtues. They needed peer-like qualities. Fortunately, young Elena had examples. Like when it was so hot at Pennsic, we all just wanted to hide in the shade and rub ice on ourselves. Galvyn kitted up in his best 14th century garb and armor to fight in the combat of the 30. And despite the very horrible heat, quite a few others in our camp decided to get all dressed up and go see it too. And his enthusiasm for his kit was so contagious, other folks in our camp started to look at what he was wearing and go, "That's cool, I kind of want to try that, and what else was worn in period?" So when young Elena was told that knights should take pride in their kit, and that peers should help inspire others with their dress and their love of history, I thought, like Galvyn. Something incredible about him is that he approaches everything he does with focus and enthusiasm. It's not enough to simply be a very good heavy fighter. He also does fencing. And it's not enough to make shields. He also makes largesse. And it's not even enough to make largesse. He has to do research because he wants to find out how to make it more period. Because if there is a way he can work to improve anything that he does, he will. So when I saw in society law that peers should strive to promote multiple aspects of our society, I thought, like Galvyn. Galvyn has been an inspiration to me of what it means to be a peer since before I had words to know what that meant. He is every bit the knight of my fairy tales. Strong, compassionate, filled with joy and excitement for his craft, swift with a sword, but swifter still with kind and noble words for everyone he talks to. He is to his bones a knight, and I thank you so deeply for recognizing this today.
As a member of the Order of the Pelican who will speak for this candidate.
I, Manfred Albrecht von Halsstern, Knight, and Master of the Pelican will speak for Galvyn. I thought about what to speak about regarding Galvyn, and I could tell everybody how he does dishes, and he helps people with armor, and he teaches people. And those are all great things, and they're all definitely worthy of recognition of service. What Galvyn does is Galvyn raises the standard of the society. That is the service this man brings. His comportment, his franchise, his general actions raise all of us. This man is my brother, he's my peer, and I'm sorry I can't speak more eloquently.
Is there a member of the Order of Defense who would speak for this candidate?
I am Maestra Anastasia da Monte, and I bear great respect for this man. However, I bear the words of my brother, Lottieri Malocchio, this day. If I hadn't met Galvyn, I would not be a peer of the society. More than simply introducing me to the SCA, which, don't get me wrong, he did. He taught me what a peer, what a knight should be, long before he took a single step down that path himself. Galvyn is suffused with knightly virtue. He moves through the world with quiet, unself-conscious chivalry that is more genuine, thoughtful, and without effect than that of anyone I've ever met. I've had the fortune of looking up to this man for 21 years. I always recognized, but at first did not sufficiently appreciate his virtuousness. Instead, I was in awe of his more obvious merits, the fastidiousness of his garb and armor, and his prowess on the field. When the kingdom of Acre knighted him, it felt right. Even more so when they put a crown on his head. a youthful Malocchio couldn't believe he knew someone who had accomplished both those things. This moment feels just as right to me. I've known for a long time that the only reason Galvyn wasn't a member of the Order of Chivalry was because he hadn't decided he wanted to be yet. Now that he has made that decision, his worthiness of the acclaim is self-evident, and it always has been to me. Sometimes, a peerage is given to candidates that show great promise, with the understanding that they will grow into the role. But more rarely, a peerage is simply the recognition of what has always been true. And this is one of those occasions. If your majesties declined to bestow upon Galvyn his spurs or his belt today, I suspect he would walk from this court as knightly as any in the Order of Chivalry, and as knightly as he has always been, because that is who he is. There is nothing that any of us can do to stop him, even if we wanted to. This man has been a peer far longer than I have been his, and it is a good thing you do this day, and I am filled with regret that I cannot be there to see it.
Is there a member of the Order of the Rose who will speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, Your Highness, people of the East, and guests, I am Duchess Caoilfhionn Fhaolain, and that honor belongs to me. So what is courtesy? Courtesy is thoughtfulness. It is coming to a rose tournament to fight for a rose and bringing her roses. What is courtesy? Kindness. It's always being solid and steady when someone needs it, especially a very frazzled queen. It is generosity. It is when someone says something like, I'd really like a shield for my guard, and then you suddenly have someone sending you drawings. I think we'll do this. It's making the dream happen for everyone, no matter their station. Those who have been royal sometimes understand that the dream slips a little when you've seen behind that curtain. But there was a time last year when on the day of opening ceremonies, I said, I think I'd like to be carried to opening ceremonies on a shield. What do you guys think of that? And this man said, we can do it. The shield I made is sturdy enough. And so I got to live a dream because he made it happen. You want to talk about heart? He has it. I like to talk about inspiration. Men like Galvyn inspire me to want to be better because he is the best of us and he makes the dream happen for everyone. Your Majesties, one day I hope that I will be worthy to be called his peer.
Is there a member of the Order of Chivalry who will speak for this candidate?
I, Sir Douglas Henry de Vrecourt, Knight of the Kingdom of the East, Knight of the Holy Kingdom of Acre, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Acre, do claim that right. I will speak to the prowess, his prowess on the field. I have spent a long time fighting with and against Galvyn Lockhart, both in Acre and in the East. So, how do you know how someone has the skill of a knight? It is not one fight. It is not one event. It is the consistency of fighting, the drive to always get better. But sometimes there is one moment that exemplifies everything one has worked for, the effort, the development, the skill one has achieved. For me, that moment came at Southern Army Sunday. I started the day fighting by Galvyn's side. Anyone who tried to get past my spear was dispatched by his sword. And anyone who tried to get past his sword was held up and dispatched by my spear. We made a fearsome duo. Galvyn makes those around him strong. Later that day, I had the misfortune of fighting against Galvyn. I was paired with another fighter who has since become a knight. And we charged Galvyn. Galvyn did not stand his ground. He took ground. He approached us. He disrupted our charge. And the two of us went head over heels, rolling on the ground. And I jumped back up to continue to fight him. And I realized my side hurt. He had hit me before I hit the ground. It wasn't enough just to disrupt the fight, but to continue the swing. I know if I have a choice, I would not want him in my side, but by my side. So when I think of Galvyn as a peer, I say yes, but so much more. And it's with my heart, with my soul, that I say, he is my brother, and I recommend him to you.
Your Majesties will have the Order of Chivalry.
Galvyn, please rise. Before I take your belt, Galvyn, I'll give you one last order. Of course, go out there, find worthy people, and help elevate this system. You've been a most excellent squire. There's a belt, Your Majesty. I made this myself a belt. And I have to say.
Are there spurs?
There are. These spurs have lineage. They were given to my knight by Duke Griffith of House Icod, and then were given to my knight, Sir Colin McGowan of Loch Leven, and then given to me, Sir Kenemathor of Loch Leven. And now I give them to you.
Master, a chain.
There is, Your Majesty. This chain has a great lineage. It's the second oldest chain in society. It was forged by Sir William the Lucky in AS2. It moved to Aitenveld in AS7 with Sir Tom the Traveler, then to Sir Albrecht von Baker in AS12. He brought it to the east and gave it to me in AS19. In AS24, I passed it to Sir Corwin Rinwald. In AS25, he passed it to Sir Tristan von Halsstern of Lockmore. Sir Tristan gave it to Sir Wolfgang Krieger in AS27. Sir Wolfgang gave it to Sir Phelin in AS31. In AS33, he gave that to Sir Stefan von Dresden. In AS36, Sir Stefan gave it to Sir Galfred Kelson of Heidelberg. In AS39, Sir Galfred gave it to Sir Garrett Shadwell. In AS42, Sir Garrett gave it to Sir Maximilian de Monaco. In AS43, Sir Maximilian gave it to Sir Seychel von Halsstern. In AS48, she gave that to Sir Luis de Castillo. And in AS51, he gave it to Sir Eric Hundman. Sir Eric's vacation was canceled literally at the last moment, and he brought the chain to me and asked me to present it.
Sir Manfred, you stand with me and hold this. I dub thee once for honor, once for glory, and thrice a knight of the society.
Here do I swear, by mount and hand, fealty and service to the crown and glorious kingdom of the East, to use my shield to protect the weak, to use my sword to dispense justice. From this hour henceforth, until their majesties depart their thrones, or until my death, so do I swear, Galvyn Lockhart.
We yours are in fortune,
Hear your words and know them to be true.
and to you and yours we offer the protections that we may, to all the rights, customs, and traditions of these eastern crowns,
Until the crowns pass from our heads, our lives end.
or the world cease to be. May this be the last blow you receive unanswered.
Be it known to all whom these presents shall come that we, Osir and Fortune, King and Queen of the East, knowing full well of his extraordinary chivalry and the skill on the field of battle, and his courtesy and nobility and prized by the people of the East, who find Galvyn Lockhart worthy to don the belt, chains, and spurs of a knight of our realm, and joyfully award him unto the accolade. As further token of his newfound estate, do we bestow upon him these arms by letters patent to wit, who shall henceforth be borne by him and no other, done at Pennsic 448 and the Societatis 54. Words of calligraphy and illumination by the Honorable Lord Connor O'Clegg. Stained glass concept and design, painting, fabrication also by him. Custom framed by Lord Mongoose Chanel. For this newest member of the chivalry.
Vivas! Vivas! Vivas!
Read your order.
Out of the bag.
Back.